Hey, what's up you guys? This is Ninja XTX and I'm back to share another video with you guys. This video is actually lesson 65 in my Chairbound Escrima series. And we're continuing on with the training in the use of the machete. Now, in lesson 64 it was a little sloppy because like I said, it was my first lesson back after a 2-month hiatus, but I'm going to try to clear some of the things I said up and add to them in this lesson. Now, I said it would not be proper for a wheelchair person to chop. But I also said that chopping and slashing simultaneously was the best way to use that machete. And a student of mine pointed out, how do we if the machete is heavy, how do we as chairbound people handle the reverb, or forgive the firearm term, but the recoil of the hit or the strike. That's where strength training has to come into the equation, because if you don't have the strength to wield the machete, you have no business using it. But if you want to develop the strength, which I believe everybody can, there are several things you can do. Now, one of the things I did when I was learning how to use a machete, or learning how to use the machete as a self-defense tool, was I took one of my old resistance bands, put it over the handle of the machete, and just practiced each movement with the resistance of the band pulling back at me. Basically attaching the resistance band, which I can't do with this one because this one is brand new. But what I did was I attached the resistance band, as I said, to the handle and just went through the basic techniques with the band pulling against me. Another thing that one of my students brought up is, how can we slash and keep our opponent's blade from getting us or cutting us? Ladies and gentlemen, that goes back to day one in Filipino martial arts, but I will cover it again for some of you that haven't got it yet. What we do is simply cut the hand that is wielding the opponent's machete, or the opponent's blade, or the opponent's stick, or any opponent's weapon. It's called defaming the snake. The difference is, with the machete, is you have a wider cutting surface. So it doesn't take as much power to stop the attack with the machete. But what you do, instead of coming straight down to chop your opponent's hand off, you come down at an angle. That way you get the hand, and you may get more of him or her, which will cause more damage. Now, you can also use the machete as a shielding tool. Allow me to demonstrate what I mean. Now, let's say your opponent or attacker is coming down to cut you. Alright, you cut the hand, and then you come up to block or to parry his machete from hitting you. So in turn, you do like so. So if he thrusts, he hits your machete, and then you can flip it around and stab or thrust. So here's what I want you guys to practice the rest of this week though. Alright, as your opponent comes in, defang the snake, come back, and then thrust. So as your opponent comes in, defang the snake, come back, cutting, and then thrust. Now, once again, I'm going to break that down and show you a more applicable variation of it. Okay. As you defang the snake, you're automatically set up to come back to cut his or her abdomen, which, as I said, contains the intestines. And if you cut the abdomen, chances are they're going to bleed out very quickly. So here we go again. It's come up under to defang the snake. Then the machete is already chambered to go again. So cut the abdomen or cut the midline, and then thrust. Now, as you're cutting the midline, notice you're crossing your body, which gives you the ability to turn the machete into a shield if need be. Okay, so it's coming in, or as your opponent comes in, you come up under, cut the hand, flip the machete over, which it's already chambered. We cut again, which is cutting the abdomen or cutting the midline. We can thrust this way, but I prefer thrusting in this motion, because you have more control over it than you do, say, this motion. Okay. So once again, that is come under to cut, coming back, cut the abdomen, and then thrust. So once again, it's coming under your opponent's machete to cut, coming back to cut his or her abdomen, or even the groin area, or even the leg area if you want to get technical about it. Because if you take his legs, if you take his or her legs, that brings them down to your level. So, once again, it's coming under, backhand, and then as you backhand, you follow through to cut the abdomen, and then thrust. Or, if you want to, and this is just a quick side note, alright, as you're coming under, come under to cut, then as you cut, hit with the ponyo or the handle of the machete, go all the way through, slash again, and then thrust. So basically it's 2 slashes, then come up under, or 2 slashes, a follow through, and a thrust. I hope that made sense to everybody. Please take care of yourselves and each other. One world, one love. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, please send them to my YouTube account, or if you know how to get in touch with me on Facebook, please send them to my Facebook account. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Bye-bye.